Hello guys, KP Shamino here with a new video for Fishing Planet, and it's my first part for the max dragging in this game. So I wanted to make one video about it, but it's way too complex and you got too many settings to put it in one video. So I will see where I come with the max dragging, because it's one of the overpowered system that they got now in the game. Yesterday I had a discussion with one of my viewers and he said it's not anymore a thing. That's not really correct. In some situations it's very good, but you need to know what you need to do. Because if you don't know how it works, you just break your shit. Like, you cannot go max drag with a 5 kilogram setup on a 30 kilogram fish. Or you need to lift it out of the water in like 1 second. That's not working, that's normal. So today I'm going to show you guys in the first part, I'm going to use this setup for the unique Nile perch. I already did a lot of testing and it's amazing how good it works. But first I'm going to talk about what is max dragging. By the way, this is not an exploit. This is how it works in real life too. This is what we use in Russian Fishing 4 too. So otherwise you cannot land a big fish, but you need to understand what you are doing, because this system is very good executed in this game. Even the rod position matters, that you get the fish in or not. I will show you guys it a little bit later if you go for the Nile perch. But you need to understand it. So this video, first of all, I'm going to get technical. So what is max dragging? And therefore you need to understand. So max dragging is very simple set, is that you don't pull anymore on your spool or your drag, but on your mechanism of the reel. So your reel is going to take all the damage. And that's how you can get the fish in. So that means that your reel is going to take a lot of durability damage if you don't watch it. It's a little bit the same like in Russian Fishing 4. We close over there the drag to maximum drag, and then you pull on the mechanism of the reel. But you cannot do it that long, because otherwise you break your line in Russian Fishing 4. That's not really the case in this game. Here you got a lot of time until your reel is breaking. It depends, of course, what kind of reel you're using, because the bigger reels, they can handle more kilograms. They get less quick broken, so the durability does not go. So it's a very complex system, but let's explain it like this. So you got a reel, and how does a reel work? Here you can see it really. So this is the spool, and here at the front you got the handle. You can open it and you can close it. So if you open it, the spool is going to wind a lot quicker, easier, so the friction is less. If you turn it down, the friction is higher. So that means that's the spool, very simple. So you give the fish time that it can run away, that it get fatigued and all that stuff. Everybody knows that that's how it works, and you got clicks in this game. You can put drag lower and higher. But what is going to happen if you close this handle totally closed, so that your spool cannot turn anymore? On that moment, the mechanism, so the spool is going to click in the mechanism, and you're going to pull on your mechanism of your reel. But the mechanism of a reel is a lot stronger than the spool. So that means that you pull on this entire system. And that's why you can use it. So you are going to damage a lot your reel. You will see it if you go to the testing. But that's simply how it works. So what do you need to watch? There are some things that don't work like it need to work. So normally what you need to do is your rod always need to be the strongest link. You cannot go over it with your line or your reel. So the rod is still the strongest link, so that's gone. You don't need to worry about the rod. If it is the strongest link, you're okay. The rod is only mattering here when you pull it in the right direction. So another thing. So you can see here, I got here a reel, the 41 kilogram Nile chasseur, and my line is bigger than the reel. So that means that now the reel is the weakest link. Is that normally you need to do it, you never can do it like this. If you do this in Russian Fishing 4, you break your 50,000 reel, but in this game it works. Even if you go under the reel, it still works. So that's not really that well executed, but I can only show it for this game. So this setup works really well. So I'm going to show you guys that for this setup, because there are a lot of factors too. So now I just pull right away on this line, but what I saw was for the Texas rig and all the special rigs, it seems that they can handle a longer time, a lot of strength on the line. It has something to do with, I think, the bouncing of this line. But that's something for the next video, because there are different in lines, in leaders. So that's something that you need to calculate into. But I want to start first with this. So let's get started. So this is a setup. So the Nile chasseur. Why I didn't take the heaviest spinning reel? Very simple. So you guys can see here that if you go to the reels, the problem is the heaviest is 45 kilogram. And if I look to the lines, the biggest line is only 44 kilogram. I wanted that my line is bigger, stronger than my reel. That works a little bit better than the line than the reel is stronger than the line. It's a little bit safer too. So that's the setup. So I'm going with the barbell Shigat 42G80. 11% more, and then I'm going with the shed 15 centimeter. So now I'm going to the Congo, and I'm going to position myself on the place, and we are going to fish for the Nile perch, and I will show you guys how good it works. It's a superior system, but you need to understand it. Okay guys, I'm now in the Congo, so I'm at the boat dock. And first of all, I'm going to show you guys a couple of things that are very important. So what I saw was, I had a couple of times that the system works not 100%. So there is a problem if you get a Nile perch in and you don't have the net, they are hanging in the air and they are not coming in. On that moment, I had a couple of times that my line snapped. Don't ask me why. So you need to watch that a little bit. So I would suggest that you put two things on. You put a net on, because if you put a net on, the game is going to say now the fish is fatigued. And you can't just pull him up. You cannot see that if you don't have the net, and it's possible you break your line. So just a safety measurement to put in. Another thing that I would suggest, put this on Pro. So this is a very good system. That is going to allow you can see really good what is taking the damage with this system. And I'm going to show you guys this system too. You can really see that the rod, where the rod is, higher in the air, more like this, how it's going to influencing the damage on your line. So that's why I want to do that. So be sure that you do that. It's going to make your life a lot easier. So where do we need to go? Very easy. We are going to this position. This is one of the best positions for the Nile perch. Why you got room here. That's the one position that I'm going to use for my best money experience farm too, if you need to go to the ocean map. But at the moment, I first need to get the max drag at the perfect level. And then I'm going to gather the data. What is the best? Is the Carolina rig better? 14 hook, 8 hook, the barbless G-Hat, what is the best? But that's going to take a lot of testing. So that's something for later on. So you need to come here. That's the position I will show you guys. It's not that complicated. So we are going with the boat over there, and then we are going to start fishing. So you just come here. Okay. So you just watch that direction. You can do it the other way around too. But what I'm going to do now for the video is, this is something that I normally don't do. I'm going to put the anchor out because I want to show you guys the mag drag the entire time. Of course, I think it's better. That's something that I need to test too. I think it's better that you just max drag and go with your boat to the fish. It's going to speed up the process. But I'm not really that sure anymore about that, because I just reeled the fish in a unique 180 Nile perch. I just reeled that in too with max drag with the boat anchored. So for the damage on the reel, I think it's still better for the boat, but not for the time. It's better with the boat. but not for the time. That's what I think. But testing is required here. So what we are going to do is, I'm going now to the night, we are going to start fishing, and I hope that we can get a trophy or a unique. Okay, the first thing that you need to do, it's very simple fishing. So you just need to go to the peak time of the night, and we are going to do a twitching. So you can see now with plus and minus. So now my drag is totally full. We can see everything. You need to watch the reel. The reel normally takes a shitload of damage. But once again, if you go with the boat behind the fish, the damage will be a lot less. Normally a unique is doing with the boat behind the 3 to 4%. But if I stand still with the anchor out, it takes 30% damage. So I would suggest, if you start doing that, just bring a couple of reels. Money is not really a problem. You make millions and millions of money here. So you need to get a little bit... how can I say it? You need to practice a little bit this system. Like I said, it's not simple. So let's get started. So I'm going to throw in. And what you do is we are going to do a twitching. So put it in the air, just do this. And let's have a look that we can get a fish. I hope that we are going to get a decent fish, a unique. Because I want to show you guys it with the bigger fish. The bigger fish, the bigger the fish, the more damage and the more... yeah, here we go. So now you can see... So you can see the reel is taking all the damage. But the funny part is, if I put my rod down, you will see that my line is taking more damage. So I would suggest always, if you do this, the line is taking almost no damage. So it matters a lot where your rod is. Never do this, because it's possible you break your shit. But do this. And then it's very safe. Look, I'm not doing anything now. This is probably a young one, but you can see my reel already take 8%. And this is very important. So now you know, okay, the fish is fatigued. Right-click your mouse, push spacebar, and get the fish out with the net. This is, by the way, a young one. So this was really easy. Oh no, it's even a normal one. Okay. Okay, let's try one time more. So you guys can see, therefore I said at the start, the position of the rod is very important. That's normal. In real life, my uncle always said to me, never do this. Never put your line straight on the fish. Why is that? Because you're not using your rod at the moment. The rod is working like a hedge. So if you do this, you only push on the line and on the reel. If you do this, you use the strength of the rod bending. That's how fishing works. So that's normal, and therefore it's very good executed. I know when I was young, when we had the snag, my uncle said to me, just pull on this, on the line, and you will on snag right away. Not on snag, but you break right away your line. And that's the same here. So never do this. Rod always in the air or sideways. You just saw it. You will see it even better if you get a unique. So let's do it again. Because it's always possible that there is no unique. I'm going to try a couple of times more, and if it does not work, I will edit like 2-3 catches of the unique in. You guys know now what you need to do. And yeah, then you can just see how I get the unique, because I'm doing just the same. I said everything, but always remember what I said. There are a lot of things that you need to watch. And do first always some testing too if you do that. So if you go now, you want to do what I'm doing here for another species, always test a little bit. Don't go with a too low setup. Yeah, that's very important. That's the same in Russian Fishing 4. In Russian Fishing 4, it took me 3 years to do the max drag on the conventional reels. Because it's very scary over there. Here it's a little bit less scary, but in Russian Fishing 4, if you don't know what you're doing, you break shit. And it's very expensive over there. If you need to grind for a conventional reel a couple of months and you break that reel, that's not fun. Here it's not really a problem. You make so much money in this game because I'm not even using premium at the moment and I made bank doing this the entire time. So I don't think that unique is coming, so I'm going to thank you guys for watching the video. I will edit now 2-3 unique catches in and you guys will see how good the system works. So the next video probably going to show you guys what is the difference if you use Carolina Texas rig, because there is a difference. Oh, okay, let's have a look. So we are going to put it once in the air. I think this is not a unique either. So you guys can see it really clearly. Line pressure, more, less, almost nothing. And this is once again a smaller one. I want to get a trophy too. It can be a trophy too because you bring them in like this too. Because before I go and show you guys the unique fish catch. So the thing is that what is so good, I didn't even say what is the best about this system, that the fish cannot go away anymore. Your spool is locked. So it cannot wind anymore. So therefore it's so good. If I put now one drag lower and I got a unique on, he's gone. I need to fight that fish 5 to 10 minutes. That's not anymore the case. And therefore it's very good. So thanks for watching guys. Have fun if you do it. And I see you guys in next video. Bye bye.